Suppose you are like a service provider to many of these startup companies. So they might come to you that they need to create landing pages, they need to create email scripts, they need to create webinars, or they need to create the different types of funnel pages. So here there are more than 200 scripts that you can work with. And
Okay.
it we are like a little bit redesigning it in a way that if you can supply like some kind of minimum information, then still it will
Mm-hmm.
work. But you can imagine the quality of this output will be less specific, because we are relying on a very high level information. So that will be the difference. I
Mm-hmm.
also want to explain you like the difference between a lot of these tools which are coming in the market, like based on GPT-3, and
Right.
what we are also using GPT-3. But
Mm-hmm.
what we are doing is we are trying to get from GPT-3 insights, like those marketing insights or like instructions, and then tell our users that if you do this thing in this way, and these are like your
Mm-hmm.
insights, if you use this, then your copy will become more effective, your solution will be more resonating with your target audience. So what happens in this process, because these all these GPT-3, they just these all language models, AI, we are like overestimating this, we are overexcited on this, because this is just the beginning of the stage of these models. They will go more sophisticated. But what happens like if you are using a tool like niches, or I don't want to name competitors, but in general, if you are, if suppose you are using popular keyword, or
Mm-hmm.
if you are writing for weight loss or dog training or parenting. So if you
Mm-hmm.
see parenting, health, nutrition, if you see on the internet, 80% of the content on the internet is all about this, like
Mm-hmm.
parenting, healthcare, weight loss. Every
Mm-hmm.
site is talking about it. So when GPT-3 is trained, it can really train on 80% of this data, which is like huge volumes of data. So
Right.
whatever you write, like simple items there, like what is the best dog training food, or which city to travel, or this to do things, it gives you like kind of good general answers, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
it duplicate a lot of what is happening other there, on other websites, right? Because it's ultimately giving you information from this trend. It is trained on
Right.
the data, right? But when you really talk about blockchain, robotics, cryptocurrency,
Mm-hmm.
process optimization, or a specific mobile device or technology, then information is less, right? And when we
Mm-hmm.
apply this GPT-3, it gives us still some kind of insights, but those are insightful, but the output like deteriorate little bit. So it not be in the right
Right.
grammatical format. It might not be that you can just immediately copy paste and publish it as a blog. You need to still work with it, make sure that you take out the clutter out of it or noise out of it. That's a big difference between how we are able to help with people with this automation, and how other people are doing this. They're just replicating what GPT-3 can able, and then most of the people who are the target audience of these kind of tools are like content writers or affiliates who want to earn quick 50 bucks by developing a piece of content, and they don't really care like how this content will sound to their target audience, because they are making it for somebody else. How many times
Mm-hmm.
many writers write about weight loss, even they don't go to gym, right? So they are not expert
Right.
themselves. So it's like not like a quick gain tool. It's like long
Mm-hmm.
term sustainable gain approach. And if you, I want to just tell like if your agency, how you can use it, like you can really tell your clients that we can provide you very specific content or highly optimized content for your target audience, which really go in depth into the pain points that you're solving through your product and services. Now, I will not apply it on your website, because it will be frustrating to apply it, because you already an established player there. You are more than 21 year. You are getting references. But if client comes to you, which is like a startup client, which is like a really software domain specific client, then I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely use this software, because then you can collect a very structured information from them. Even you can invite them on the software and tell them to fill some forms that will help you to create really resonating landing pages, copies, structure of their website in a way which is like really highly optimized. Even you can train them also, like you can tell them to use this software. First you need to understand like how to use it, of course. But this is how I would use if I'm running agency which is 21-year-old, for those new niche clients. You understand what I mean by niche clients? They're really very specific, and you will not be able to give them result via SEO, because SEO will take time. This keyword and everything research is quite difficult. But if you apply very specific approach, like so many people struggle to get their first 20 clients also, and they are startups. And to
Right.
get the first 20 clients, you need to be really, really specific whom you're talking, what kind of pain point they have. And this 20 client may be high ticket client also, because this company maybe need this 20 client only, and then they are already 1 million in revenue. But in order to get those 20 high ticket client, their website has to be really, really specific. It has to be really speaking the actual pain point of the target audience. So basically, we are like sort of mapping this information back to the content creation process. And we also have like semantic search. And like if you search, like now, if you are here and you search what is my big pain point, then it will give you all the relevant result that you feed into the first place. Also, in the extended version, we the client should be able to upload their document. Like if they have done some market research, competitor analysis, or anything they have done, they should be able to upload it here. Also, it will be connected with their website, so it will automatically map a lot of information in content creation. And when I talk content creation, there are three, four different types. So this is sales copywriting. So there are more than 200 scripts here. Then you can summarize existing text. So if you are having competitor or if you are having blogs, then you can summarize this information and post it on the social media. So for example, workflow will be like, I have this URL. I need to create a LinkedIn post. So 150 words. I will summarize this. I can find out here, okay, this is summary of this whole blog or URL. I take this again and I can respin this or rewrite this. So I go to content rewriter. I put my text here back, and I can switch domain specific terms, because most of the text spinner, they spin the text, but then they start using different terminology, which is not your branded terminology. So that's why it's kind of domain specific. When you rewrite, you get a new text which is 94.77% semantically similar with the original text. Then you can find some emotional words, power words. Using this, you can further enhance it and put it on the social media or anything. So this is just like a demo thing, but we are trying to extend it so that you can put several URLs. You can do A/B test. You can like change the versions of it. So this is kind of powerful rewriting, summarizing, rewriting, working with specific scripts. And then there is in this AI content writer where you start with your initial idea. You choose the country setup, and you choose like, do you want to feed headlines? There are some blog tools also there. You can also write SEO meta descriptions, and we are continuously adding more and more scripts, YouTube scripts, and this Instagram story scripts, so many other things which are in the pipeline. So the output it generate is like this. So it has like, suppose this was a topic. I want to create a sales letter for B2B SaaS companies, and this was kind of suggestion for meta description or meta titles. So how to create a sales letter for B2B SaaS. Second was CrawlQ's ultimate virtual event guide, innovative virtual event management planning services. And you can see like this has given me a description, and description 1, description 2, description 3. On the other side, also I get top headlines of all my competitors on this topic, all the paragraphs that I can use, rewrite. I can also rewrite this as a paragraph and use it in my content development. Somehow, suppose this is a blog content, I can also use it using a headline approach. I can generate several headline and intro post. Like to give you example of, for example, in the niches, you type one keyword and then you generate some headline, right? Again, you can go and retype, so you can repeat this process. But here we ask 2 3 questions in the beginning, and it creates
Mhm.
certain 10 headlines, and these 10 headlines are looped into it, and then you get multiple headlines and their intro post. Now
Okay.
you can take some of them and start building your blog or article.
Mhm.
The same like as you see in the fresh phrase or in the market news, you have this all information which is coming from Google. So you have all
Mhm.
the headlines, you have all the paragraphs, and
Right.
if you have all the topics that you should cover in this, so all the topics that should be
Mhm.
covered in my blog or article. If this has some questions from Quora, Wikipedia, or WikiHow, also throw me questions, reviews from the
Mhm.
website. You also see here all the market research that you have done. So in this, I think was a different project. It was for virtual event, sell
Okay.
SMBs and virtual sales assistant. That's
Mhm.
why you see all everywhere the virtual sales assistant or event management company. This
Mhm.
whole market research that you did is also coming here back, and you can borrow some of the items here from here. We are also going to show you some scores, like how much your content that you are writing on this left side is
Mhm.
semantically similar to your original market research. So it gives you some KPI, some indicator. So suppose
Mhm.
you say, okay, I have written this content, but it is only 5% related to my market research. I should include some of these pain points or these benefits, and then from 5% it will jump to 40%. That's good, right? Because then your content, you have some KPI to measure, and that will help you to craft this content which is more related to your original research, buyer persona research. Here you can check again what will happen to my topic clusters. If I write this content, will it enhance my topic score or lower the topic score? So these kind of things.